This is going to be a brief video. In all honesty, I didn't expect to be getting this green screen out again. It wasn't something on my radar. I've got other things going on, but it's just a few little things really that I just thought, well, I could discuss that. One of which really is the complete sort of change in my expectations, really. Because there's all, like I said, there's other little pockets of things I'm doing, which, you know, I could derail my thought process because I start doing that, I'll probably forget about this. I've touched briefly on celebrities recently, especially some sort of like conspiracy stuff that's going on around it. Now, look, I'm still forming an opinion one way or the other. Innately, I have a feeling towards things. We'll see how that develops. But what it inevitably does, it makes you look at not just like life in general, but where you're heading, what your dreams, what your goals, and then put it into context. Really, be realistic. You know, a lot of, especially if you're a content creator, you obviously you want to be successful, but then what does success look like to you? Now, for me, just on basic, I get a bit annoyed just because, just on a basic level, I've worked hard for years, and it's just, at least you want to be able to pay your bills with what you've done. I think at the very least, you know, then I would feel like, oh, this is at least, you know what I mean? This is paying for itself. It's good. That's all I want. You know, I'm not asking for the world. Don't expect the world. I think the fact that it hasn't reached that level after so much work, that's why I get fed up. And I think that gets lost in translation. Doesn't mean, obviously, I wouldn't want more for myself. But when I think about it, it's like, for instance, if you was to have one of these celebrities and the chance to swap lives with them, I wouldn't swap lives with them. You know, yeah, okay, they might have the house you'd like. They might have the money. What else? You know, it's like, that's it. It's like, these are superficial things. These are things that, yeah, it'd be nice to have, but I wouldn't want to be like void of any sort of soul, you know, any sort of like spirit or anything. It's just, a lot of them are just sellouts. And I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be like overly critical of people, but we're going to talk about like looking up at people. But a lot of time, people look up at the wrong people. That's the problem. So like, let's put things in perspective to me to a degree, because I look at what I've done. And again, when I talk about things, I'm not doing it to try and get people to go, oh, look how great he is. That's not the case at all. But I think it's okay to be proud of ourselves. You know, that gets lost as well. Like, people want you to keep people are comfortable when people diminish themselves. That's the reality. If I play it small and get a bit self-critical and say I'm useless, people will be comfortable with that, won't they? They'd say, oh, well, yeah, well, don't be too hard on yourself. You know, you're doing all right there with some things. Or they'll lay it on thick and say, yeah, you're crap. That's what people are like. You say, I'm proud of what I've done. I'm really, you know, this is great. I'm really, you know, I can see people don't like it. All of a sudden, they want to humble you. It's like, that's toxic. I'm sorry, it really is. Yeah, there was some other thing I was going to say there, but I can't remember what I was going to go with. But overall, I just find this all like quite unbearable myself. So, yeah, that's it. I see people create content. If you tell people what they want to hear, they love you for it. So if I did content in a different way, you could potentially just grow your channel like crazy. If instead of telling my story and I transferred it into specifically creating content, really lacking substance, not too deep, but I just said, you're doing great. If I did a video just sat here going, you're doing great, you know, keep doing what you're doing, it's all going to work out fine, you're going to be incredible. Because that's uplifting and positive, you would naturally go, oh, I love this, because it makes you feel good about yourself. But what substance is it adding to your life? It's literally, there's nothing to quantify whether that person's saying it to you or to anybody. And there's nothing of substance to say specifically what it is you're doing. But people hear it and it makes them feel positive about themselves. So then they go, oh, I like this person. But they're not actually adding anything. And it's so generic. So I'm not a generic person. So I'm not going to sit there and create something of no substance just to be successful. And this is what I see. So like I say, this is going to be a brief video. It's just going to touch on a few little things. And one of them was that I wanted to discuss. So this channel is, I wouldn't say it's all over the place, but to some degree it is, isn't it? It's got so much different content. You've got personal growth, things to do with society and politics. Then we've got things on spirituality, then a whole host of other things. It's literally a place with just me encompassing and all. So this video is going to be a little bit like that. It's going to have to be, you know, I've in my upcoming book, which I've been working on lately, so people might see me come off and on, I'm focusing a lot more now. Because, you know, and I know the year's coming out, but it's not that. I had a bit of an epiphany and things. And I just thought, well, focus and you can have it finished. There's more to it than that. But anyway, my mindset just changed and I just felt like doing it. So I'm creating content elsewhere, like on my video gaming content, but I'm also taking time to do the book. So I did I can't remember what I did yesterday. I did a bit. And today I did about 2,500 words. And again, I still need to edit. I talk about it all the time. I'm writing fresh stuff all the time. But I think that's great. It's just making the book even better. And then it'll be finished when it's finished. But I've set a target. It's not realistic to a degree, but we'll see how we get on. Is if I can edit 2 chapters a day, and each chapter could take a while. There's just no guarantee because you can get burnt out and get fed up. But ultimately, you do that over 10 days, 2 chapters, that's 20 chapters, isn't it? And now all of a sudden we get a substantial amount of the book finished, which would suggest that it could still get done this year. That's what I'm saying. So the potential's there, but we'll see how much I do. I keep writing fresh, so it's not helping because in that sense, we're not getting the numbers down. But anyway, that's where some of my time is going. I'm quite excited about that. But weirdly enough, when I switched my mindset from obsessing about what I don't have and feeling things are unfair and all those things, and I started thinking, I'm just going to get the book done because that make me proud. I'd be really proud of myself for that. I'd be really happy just to have another book. You've put the effort in already. Let's just get it finished. You've got another book to be proud of. Yeah. That's for me now. For me, this is for me now. Before I do it for everybody else. And I'm like, if it's for everyone else, I don't care. That's what I kept saying. I've done enough. Now it's for me, and it's like, yeah, I'd like to see another book. So weirdly enough, as soon as I did that, I'm on TikTok slightly. So it'd be hard for people to find me on TikTok because I had these separate sub accounts where they focused on different aspects, whether it's gaming, whether it's something else. I deleted my main channel that had a decent amount of followers, but it was just not getting anywhere. It was just getting on my nerves. It was a bit of a mix anyway, all the content. So I deleted it, and I've been using this far smaller account, and it's full of crap. When I'm watching content, I'm like, I can watch it for a little while, but I think, why did I just sit through that shit? It was boring. It's usually UK influencers who are desperate for attention. They don't add any substance to people's lives. Everything's just like, they expect you just to consume all your time and attention on them. It's just really weird. And I'm like, this is just dull. Like, why am I watching this shit? And they're all doing the same thing. They've got no personality, and yet they think they've got all the personality. And they think everyone else in life is dull and wasteful because they're not them. And it's like, you are delusional as shit, you lot. But I've got no respect for them. But it's like, I don't even know why I'm getting it. So recently I was like, I don't even see the point of watching this shit because it's boring me to death. And I think I'm losing brain cells. So anyway, because I said, I was thinking about that. There's no point reactivating my old account because I'm not being part of this crap. And then once I picked the book up and I started working on it, out of nowhere, I kid you out of nowhere, I used to get a lot of tarot readings on my For You page. I haven't had tarot readings for a long time on this other page. And as soon as I picked the book up and just started working on it, I got a tarot reading popped up, and I went, well, that's interesting because I'm bored shitless of the previous stuff, and I've been thinking I get my own tarot cards. I got them here. But sometimes it's nice just a bit of validation with some synchronicity, some numbers around it that add up, and it makes sense. And it's all pointing in the same direction. And if anyone's seen my previous videos, you'll know that every time I asked about this upcoming book, it was always like success. But I was getting resentful because it's like, the other books deserve to be successful. But weirdly enough, the videos are pointing towards that success coming and some other things in my life. And I thought, this is nice. But it was only from me starting the book. And that's really what I really wanted to bring the video to say, really. It was just to point towards that, to show how things do change when you change your perspective. So it wasn't just a perspective shift of, I'm working on a book, which I've been doing, actually actively working on it. But I think it's the fact that I'm now no longer obsessing about the result. Because I thought, this is how I'm saying, I started thinking about it, and I thought, if you didn't receive like wealth, so if you weren't wealthy in this lifetime, and people didn't know your name, you weren't known, how would you feel? And I thought, well, I'd feel fine. It's like I don't mind living a smaller life. I don't care. I'm proud of what I've done. And I think it was just a genuine appreciation of self that sort of made the catalyst towards getting these readings coming so positive and the uplifting of the new book. And then it got me, because I put all the sort of adjuration into myself rather than any sort of feedback I could receive from anyone else. And I'm sure that helped with the direction, But it made me feel, all of a sudden, I just felt a weight lift over me. I just thought, I've got the energy to start working on the book again now. I don't feel like I've got this weight over me that's blocking it, And I just think that's important. I think it's just important to share that because it might help give people, not even permission really, but it might just validate to people some things in their life. If you're achieving something, then just be I think it's just be proud of yourself. You don't need other people to be proud of it. You know, I don't talk like this to make people adore me in any way. I don't care about none of that. We just established it. It's the case of, if it's not even if I was a little boy. I spoke about it before and I've wrote about it in this upcoming book towards the end. But even as a little boy, I wanted to write a book one day. I didn't think I would. It always seemed far impossible. You know, you read a book and you think this is too complicated. There's too much. Like, so just from that, I think the fact that I can appreciate that, I think gives it more substance to me. I mean, some people, maybe they don't look beyond it. And to me, I always did. And I always thought, that's mental to be able to do that. And yet I'm on my 7th one. So it wasn't just like a one-trick wonder or one just what happened across. It's like I've committed to myself to this. I've put a lot of work into doing it. And I've repeated the process so many times that I'm able to do it confidently, you know, and consistently. So I just thought to myself, like, not even just as a little boy, I just think even just in any walk of life, the ability to create a book, I think is huge. Like, to me, it's huge. So like, damn, do I need people to recognize that? No, I don't. I know how big it is. So if my life ended, for instance, I know I've done something huge in my lifetime. I haven't wasted it. I've done bloody well. You know, whether it's recognized, I can't control that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't control any wealth that might come from it. I can't control people's attention to it. It's like, that's outside of my control. What's within my control? Are you proud? Hell yeah, I'm proud. For me, it's a life well lived. I'm 42 and I think I've done freaking awesome with the hand I've been dealt in my life. Yeah, there's setbacks and there's things I could do better. But I can't help but look and think, for me, the past 5 years feels like a decade. Like, it's crazy to me. Yeah, to other people, it probably seems like yesterday. And they might look and think, can't believe how much you've done in that short space of time. Because I've done more than the books. I've done like nearly, I don't know how many videos on my YouTube channel. I think it's like 700, 600. And that's only for the past 6 months. Then I had a whole TikTok channel. And then I've got my new gaming one I'm doing on YouTube. But it's like, I'm very fast at creating. I don't even appreciate that within myself. So I'm quite hard on myself, you know. So for me, it's like you could have done more. You could have always done more. But I'm sure, like, if people are honest and they probably looked on, I think and they saw the journey, I think they'd be surprised how much has actually been done. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't think I did enough. And I'm just saying that you literally, I think it's important that we seek it in ourselves, the fulfillment, you know. I just want to touch on something else completely different to this. Because, again, I'm not going to keep creating content here. I didn't even anticipate doing this one. Okay, it just stemmed from me feeling positive about myself, you know. I just thought, you know what, you're doing well. Anything else, it doesn't matter, noise, all that shit. You know, but at the end of the day, when we leave this earth, it's not about all the things you had. You know, someone was wealthy, someone was poor. It's irrelevant. You're still a name on a tombstone, you know. And it's like, what did that name do with their life? That's ultimately what it is. It's not what was their bank balance. What did they do with their life? Like, I can leave this earth at any point and be absolutely comfortable and proud of what I did. I never sold out. I never took the easy path. I've pushed myself all the time outside my comfort zones to reach my full potential, to always push on. I speak on topics that could be deemed controversial. I'll speak about topics that people maybe would be reluctant to talk about. So I'm quite strong. You know, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm quite formidable here. Like, I'm a powerhouse and I'm recognizing it. And the reason I say that, and again, I don't say it for clickbait. If I saw my qualities in someone else, I would naturally look at them and think, God damn, they're powerful. They're unstoppable. Like, you know, when it's yourself, you don't think like that, do you? When you're yourself, you just create, you just do. I don't see people doing much of what I do, you know, on the levels that I do it and the consistency that I do it. And, you know, like octopus, I'm just doing everything. You know, again, I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just saying I recognize it in myself now. I've recognized it for a while in areas, but now I'm just sort of like, you know, you're doing awesome, mate. I see it. That's enough. Just keep pushing on. Keep pushing on, you know. And that's what I'm doing. So I've got more books in the pipe work after this one. And again, it's what I leave behind. It's what I leave behind. And I felt like I've committed my time to a worthy cause. And there's people that have come way before me who have done more significant things with their life. But I feel like at least I'm giving my contribution to the world in the way that I can. I'm expressing myself in the best way possible. And I don't feel like I'm wasting time. And I don't feel like I'm wasting my resources. And I don't, you know, I'm proud. You know, you can't replicate the path of someone else. You can't live in someone else's shadow. So, like I say, there's people that have done it way before me in the past who have made big contributions to the world, or they've challenged the status quo and had all these things. Ultimately, we can only do it our own way. And like I said, I think what I've done, I'm pretty comfortable with that, to be honest. I mean, I've done marvelous. Yeah, I'm proud. Before we go on to this, actually, because I am quite open book, I just want to say, like, I haven't watched films for a while. I've been doing my gaming content, but doing my gaming content, I've been gaming a lot, and I like gaming. I go through seasons, so I haven't really watched a film, and I've got this app. I can't remember what to call it now. Letterbox. I think people might have heard of that. Wait a minute. So on Letterbox, you can document your films, but not your TV shows. So I went through the whole, I think it was October, September period. I binged the life out of it. I think it's like 5 series of Empire Boardwalk or Boardwalk Empire. Freaking loved that shit. It was great. Reminded me of Sopranos and Peaky Blinders, that sort of thing. The eras of early 1900s, I think it was. But it was so great. And I just got engrossed in it. So, of course, that's not on there. So it looks like I've not watched telly. But I did. I watched that. I just weren't watching films. Digressing. But anyway, that's what I was doing. And I just watched yesterday. So I thought you need to start making time to watch some films because I got to break up my days a bit more here. It can't just be work on the book, gaming. Work on the book, gaming. It's like, this is just not, it's exhausting me. I feel burnt out because when I do the gaming, I'm recording. So you just feel like you're working constantly. You know, I don't feel like I'm actually doing anything. Relax. So I just put, what was it? The Greatest Showman? I just had it in my head. Watch The Greatest Showman. Let's just watch The Greatest Showman. And I just thought, yeah, I'm just going to watch The Greatest Showman. And it was weird because, again, I'm watching it and you see it from different perspectives. And I was watching him go from the bottom, the rags to riches, but not just the rags to riches, the journey to get there. And maybe he lost himself in a way because he got too excited about being successful. But he lost sight of really what the success meant and why he was doing it, And I felt like there was a story within this that, we can talk about spiritual side here. I think Spirit wanted me to see that. I think they wanted to give me perspective on it. And it was recognized where you've contributed. I just thought it was beautiful. But I actually cried at the end. Didn't expect to cry. I'm not an overly emotional person. I don't set out to cry and get emotional. And it doesn't always hit me. But it was so beautiful. Because what happened is at the end, he passed the mantle to Zac Efron, who's now going to be the leader of the circus. And he was like, "Well, what are you going to do?" And he was like, "I'm going to watch my family grow and stuff." And I thought, that's nice. That's what I'm like, But I had that torn away from me. I'm not going to go through all that, but I've shared that in my story, in my books. The heartbreak from all of that. I still see my daughter. I still talk to her a lot, quite often. We see each other on a holiday. She always wants Christmas with me. So our relationship hasn't dissipated, but I just missed like really, really important things to me. I don't want to go too deep with it, but before the separation with her mum, I always attended her school plays, the morning school plays, the ones at the Christmas, and I loved all that. That was my life. That meant more to me than that. I don't want to say the books because the books are here to help the planet, in my eyes, humanity. But it was a similar level to me. The books I can do any time in my life, but I can't have her childhood back. Now, watching her grow, watching how she is, it's incredible. But there's that part that will always have a void on it. I can't get it back. So, I was watching the video and it's like he was recognizing himself because the kids did this ballet play thing and he had missed it because he was traveling America trying to be famous. But again, you see it. I mean, I think we've seen Eminem do things like that. You've seen the stars do it. You've got to tour. They've got to do the job. But he sort of recognized when he lost his family at one point because they left because he was bankrupt and he lied about it. And, he paid the consequences. Anyway, so it gets to the end and he realizes what matters the most, what's true wealth. And it was his family. So he's sitting there watching his kids play. And it was when I just, I didn't expect to get emotional. It just came out of freaking nowhere. I was just like, all of a sudden, I'm just crying. I could feel it coming. I thought, you're going to control it. And I just couldn't. I just started really, really be crying. Didn't last for long because I'm quite strong, but I don't sit there to try and cry. But it was just seeing the kids on the stage, proud to show their parents that how well they're doing. And you're just proud to perform, and as a parent, you're sitting there watching, and you're just proud of them, just seeing them, effectively just seeing them do what they want to do, and be happy and thriving in that, And I just thought I've missed that with my daughter, when I look back, even when her mum moved her up north, I missed some events because she was underhanded. I don't want to go deep, but when I thought back and figured out that, I realised I was missing certain things. I started contacting the school directly and going around her, and then I managed to do a Christmas play to her surprise. A very vast distance. I had to travel like 250 miles and then the same home. So a 500-mile round trip to watch a school play, but I did it. And it surprised my daughter, and she just couldn't take her eyes off me. She realised I was there, and it's like, that was my everything. I would go to the end of the earth for her, Don't want to digress too far, but that happened yesterday. I was getting upset. Anyway, that's that. Anyway, let's get on with this before we go. Because again, I'm not going to keep doing the videos. I'm doing the book's a priority now. I want to start putting certain hours in the day towards doing that. And we'll see where we are. I just want to see where I am my middle of December. I don't want to set a bar here. If it goes into the new year, it goes into the new year. It'd be nice if it's this year, but I can't force it and release something that's crap, if you like. It's got to be good enough. And what I've been working on, I'm like, that's great. And when I say that's great, I mean, that's great. That is powerful. And I know if someone reads that, it's going to be like, this is incredible. Again, I don't say things for the hype. It's like, I know how good this book is. Spirit's sort of alluding to it by all the signs I get, even through my own cards. But I know as well, I'm reading that going, that's bloody awesome, mate. And it's like reading another one, I'm like, that's incredible. I'm good at what I do. It's just the way it is. I know I'm good at what I do. So I'm reading it going, this is freaking awesome. Okay, I know it comes across as a bad way when people want to humble you. So humble me then. I don't, shit, you know what I mean? I don't care anymore. This is my gaming channel. This is actually where I'm spending an awful lot of time, because it's the winter anyway. I don't just do it for other people, I do it for me. So there's like categories to this. I'm doing it for me because I can watch content back when I'm not able to do the games anymore, or I'm busy. And I've watched the videos back and I've truly enjoyed watching them because I don't exaggerate. I'm just myself. And I like that. I don't play up. But if I'm playing like a horror game, it's a genuine, natural reaction. And I was watching myself play, I think, Silent Hill 2. I just played it earlier and I watched it later. And I laughed. I laughed because it's just, I weren't doing it for anything. I was just being me. But all of a sudden I've gone from scared, like a bit apprehensive, to now I'm just like, because I'm like that, on a flip of a switch. I don't like to be on the back foot. So it was like, you're apprehensive because it's eerie. And you're like, I don't want to go around this corner. I don't want to go around this corner. I'm going to have to go around the corner. And then you go around the corner, something attacks you. And all of a sudden you're like, who the hell? You start getting aggressive back at it. You know what I mean? You've gone from this scared person to now like, who the hell are you? This thing's trying to headbutt me. And I'm like, headbutt me? But it was funny because it's like a genuine reaction to it, And I just found it. I was amused by me, and I weren't even trying to be amusing, And I like that. I gravitate towards people that are natural, and the fact that I am natural means I do actually enjoy my own content. Yeah, I don't do it to sort of watch myself and go, "Oh, you're awesome." I just find it amusing, Some videos maybe you'd say a little bit more boring, but again, I find it relaxing. So I'm not playing up. I don't like people that shout all the time. It gives me a headache. It turns me off when I'm watching content. If someone's exaggerating or they're being loud, I just think, oh, shut them, without swearing. Yeah, I can't handle it. It's like, I don't like it. So like I say, some of it's for me, but the other part I wanted to do was show people a variety of content. There might be people that are only familiar with Fortnite, for instance, and maybe that's all they want to play, and I'm showing different games, different categories. Or it might be someone's got a bad impression of gaming, and they just think, oh, how can you play video games? Well, come and have a look, and I'll show you the different video games. Like, for instance, I'm not going to showcase the whole channel here, like showing the videos, but look, I've had this channel for the best part of about 2 weeks. We go back to the first video. It tell us how long ago. 3 weeks ago, right? I've only got 66 videos, and there's more coming. There'll always be more coming because I'm playing something.
I just want to welcome people to my...
This video gets on my nerves. I wish they didn't autoplay. I've actually put a feedback into them, to YouTube. They ain't going to listen to just me, but I've just said it'd be better if you didn't autoplay this video because it gives me a headache every time I refresh the page. So I have to mute
gaming channel.
Look, you have to just mute it. It's stupid. That's their fault, not mine. Anyway, I don't want to digress too far. So what we've got here, online multiplayer. I've done certain playlists. It may change from playlists just to the latest videos. I haven't decided yet. At the moment, it's playlists. So we've got Fortnite, Black Ops 6, Call of Duty. We've got Battlefield 6, Overwatch 2. Got a few. So what I'm showing there is a variety of online games. If you want to play competitive multiplayer games, these are good options. You can actually look at them, watch different games. I think they're fun. Then you come down here, I'm going to do full playthroughs. Mainly it's going to be story narrative games, but probably focused more towards the horror section. But it's going to be something that's got a story that I can sink my teeth into, you know? And I think that's going to be great because that is in contrast to this high octane, fast, superficial, really, a bit shallow at times, multiplayer games. So I like all of them, though. So that might be a bit too much for some people. Well, come and follow a story with me and we play through it. So I've got The Last of Us, Red Dead Redemption, Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 4. There's still going to be Alan Wake 2, the original Alan Wake, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Last of Us 2. They're what I'm considering at the moment. There's some more. And there'll be full playthroughs. They're going to be long. And I thought I'm not going to do full. I don't think people will watch them. But guess what? I thought I'll watch it. I'm not going to watch full playthroughs of every game on the planet, but I'll watch full playthroughs of story games that I can watch in a few weeks, in a month, in a couple of months. I could watch it back each year. You know, that's what that's about. And I hope it might interest people. And then people can see there's different. Wait a minute, these games look really fun. It's like a movie. Yeah, they're that good and they look awesome. And you're playing it, so you're immersed in it more than you are a film, you know? They're actually incredible. So there's that side, which I think is great. So two different styles. Then we've got simulators and racing. You're going to be surprised how realistic this all looks. You can actually be racing cars with your VR headset or just racing cars in general. Different formats of cars, from rally racing to F1 to just normal, you know, GT cars. Then you've got flight simulator. You can fly planes. Then you've got your trucking, which genuinely look like trucks. And you actually drive in Europe, around the whole of Europe, because there's content packs which you buy over time. And I've got them all. So I've pretty much unlocked the whole of Europe. And then I've got the vast amounts of America because I've got most of the states for the game that's available. And that's incredible too. Again, and if you see it, you'll be shocked how good it is. And just that subset of games, you would say that would keep you entertained deeply. And I like all sides of games. So guess what? How entertained this keeps me. It'll keep me entertained for the rest of my life. But my life isn't just about gaming, is it? We've really established I've got bigger aspirations. I want to help people. I want to do more with my life. I won't always have the time to sit here and do this. But while I do, I'm doing it. So there will be a time, perhaps, when I won't have the attention to do it. So I can actually go back to my channel and I'll be able to just watch the games that I'm interested in playing that I don't really have time for. And I can, you know, that's what I'm saying. But hopefully it helps other people too. Then we've got some strategy games. Again, they're more complicated, I think, overall strategy. I think I explain them well enough when I play them. So I'm talking people through it as I play through it. And I'm hoping it expands them to say, look, maybe you don't like these war ones. Maybe you want to build a university. Let's go and do the campus one. If you like zoos, we're going to build a zoo. Let's go and have a look at that. It gets complicated, but if you're prepared to invest the time, you can do it really good. You can watch some tutorials on YouTube. They're great. Again, even roller coasters. So within strategy genre, there's loads. It's so diverse. It's crazy. Then we've got like action games. You can be playing things like Grand Theft Auto. You can play like Spider-Man. There's still loads for me to go. I can't go through the whole lot. I've even got VR. And I'm going to be doing the Nintendo Switch 2, certain games for that. We do the PlayStation. You know, over time, this is going to expand quite a lot of games. And I'm enjoying it. I don't really have subscribers. It's just me. But in all honesty, I'm more than happy for that to stay one for the entire duration it exists. I don't care if I'm the only one that watches it. So if anyone ever left a comment saying, this is crap, don't make any more of this, or why are you making that? Well, this obviously ain't for you then. I like it. So I'm creating, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't going to let someone dictate to me what I can and can't create. I'm doing this firstly for me, and I do it, and I make it as broad as possible to help really, really get other people to see different types of content. That's really what I do, but I enjoy doing it anyway. So realistically, what's going to happen now is I'm going to probably pick a game, and I'll either play through that game specifically, or actually what I'm thinking of doing is put an hour or two in this game, play some multiplayer gaming, put an hour or two into this game, do some sim gaming, you know, drive me trucks. It's like just mix it up, but it'd be like I'm finding an hour or two to play through this game, and eventually that game will be finished, and there'll be a whole playthrough of it. But I'm thinking of spreading it out rather than just finish one game and then go and finish another game. I might just play an hour or two of that one. Then the next session I'm going to do a story game. I'll do a different. Depends what I'm in the mood for, is what I'm saying. So they'll come different rates, different games. And the channel's building. It's already got 60 odd videos. The trucking's got, if we talk about Euro Truck's got 3 videos. American Truck Simulator's got 3. So there's 3 videos per. And what they are, they're like the one I've got at the minute for Euro Truck's just Greece DLC, because I love Greece. So I've done the Greece DLC. I've covered it. Then on the America one, I've done the whole state of Kansas, pretty much. Can't do every single road, but I've done a substantial amount where you can see what Kansas looks like. And what I'm going to do for those later is a highlights video. So I want to do a highlights of Greece, so you don't have to go and sit through 3 hours plus of content to see what Greece looks like in the game. I'll do maybe bring it down to about 20, 30 minutes and just do a highlights so you can see maybe the bridges, you can see the tunnels, you can see the just the roads in general, the landscape, the views, the islands. And it'll just be quick, like 2-minute segment of that, 3-minute of that. And it's all like in one. That's what I'm doing for that. And then it'll be the same for Kansas, but it takes time. But again, I'm doing that for me just as much as anyone else, because when I go to watch Euro Truck in the future, in a year or whatever, I might think I haven't really got time to sit and watch the whole way through Kansas. Where's the highlight ones? It's a highlight video. I can watch that. And then I can see and then I can go, I remember what Greece one's like. Maybe I want to go and play that one now. So anyway, it all stems from, I think you should do anything realistically because you enjoy it, personally. I think if you enjoy it, then if other people enjoy it, it's a bonus. And that's how I am actually being going forward anyway. So if I like my gaming channel, I'm creating it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, no sweat off my back. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference to my day. And again, it's going to be the same with the books and everything else I create. I do it because I love it and I want to share it. And if people want to grab it, if people want to like consume it and invest in it, I appreciate that. If people don't, they don't. Does it mean I wasn't successful? Hell no. I'm proud. And I've got other books to do, and I've got other ambitions, goals, dreams, and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it's not governed by popularity and it's not governed by wealth. So, I've no interest in following this celebrity craze. I've got no interest in following these influencer shits on the social media that have no personality but act like they're God's gift to humanity, and they follow every craze possible and all up each other's asses to try and stay relevant. You see that all the time. They call it collaborating. They collab. It's like, nah, you're just trying to stay relevant as long as you can. But you're actually boring as shit and no one really cares. If people just stopped looking at them and started investing in their own life, these people would then have to get on and focus on their own selves in a more positive, productive way rather than keep leeching, because that's all that is. I don't have my respect with that nonsense. I don't really like social media too much. I think I've covered what I wanted to say. I don't even know if I've covered most. To be honest, it was like a bit more like I was just come on here. I just had the idea. I can't remember what this thing started as, to be totally honest. I think it was more about the fact that don't follow the notion of celebrity. It's an illusion. Don't get lost to it, pretty much. Don't get lost to that. Because I think that'd be a sad state when you lose your faculties because you was chasing something that really didn't matter that much. So, yeah. I would much rather just do it the hard way, personally. I would rather just be myself. I have no interest in being anything other than me, even if it means that everything I do in this lifetime doesn't get seen until another lifetime. If that's the case, that's the case. I wouldn't get to the end of my days and go, I didn't achieve what I wanted. I achieved everything I wanted. I just didn't get to live another side of life that I could have done. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm missing out on when you think about it. What are you missing out on? Privilege. That's it, isn't it? Privilege. Privilege gives you a level of freedom. It gives us adventure and travel. Okay, I miss out on that. I don't get to travel as much as I want. I don't have financial security as much as I want. These okay. It's not the end of the freaking world. But I think if you lose yourself entirely, that is the end of the world, isn't it? I think, what did I achieve, though? What did you actually accomplish in life? Well, I've journaled all my thoughts, everything I've experienced. I've tried to uplift people. I've tried to help people see the corruptions in society, to invest in themselves, make their life a priority, and then go after their dreams and goals and not suffer the illusions that others live by. Effectively, uplift people, to inspire them, to be them to be the main character in their lives, which I think a lot of people struggle with. And that's the whole point. Maybe one day it will be noticed. One day it won't. I don't. I can't. You can't. Again, things outside of my control, I'm not going to worry about anymore. That's the point. I can't worry about what I can't control. And yeah, there's other ways I can go about it. Of course, if I was to go on social media and play a character, maybe people will see it and go, "Oh, I like this." I ain't doing that shit. I ain't. I'm not doing it. And it's like that's the one thing you see with me is if I don't want to do something, I will not do it. So I'm not into. I'm just not very good at promoting. I don't like it. It's fake. I don't like artificial. I have a real hard problem with fakeness. Like I genuinely have a real big problem with it, and I see it so much on even just YouTube and social media. And I like YouTube, but I don't like some of the content, and I get a bit fed up, to be honest, with the covers where they're all like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, stop being fake as shit. You hover over the video, it's got nothing to do with the cover. So what I've done with my videos, actually, while we're here, I've actually purposely done it. If we just go through it just quick here. What I've done, I've put my face on there, first of all, so people can't just nick my video covers, because some people are lazy as shit. I designed the covers, and someone could just go, oh, I like the cover. It's like, no, I'm going to make it as difficult for you as possible. I'm putting my face on every single one. So effectively, what I'm doing is stamping every video cover. So if, like, people might, again, I'm aware of this. If I didn't have my face on the cover, someone might be more likely to watch it, because some people don't like the faces on the cover, and I get that. But what you're not seeing is me pulling stupid faces. I did slightly silly one, like one on me Resident Evil, because it's a horror one. So I was like, a bit like, but I'm not going to do that shit anymore. I'm just stamping it, you know. So every video has just got my face in the corner. And again, I think that's good for branding. If one day people want to see what I do, they'll go on YouTube or go anywhere, and you'll see my little face in the corner of my gaming stuff, and you'll know that's his video. That's his video. That's his video. That's where I be. That's where I be. And I like it. Again, it might trigger people, but that's what I'm doing. But you're not seeing me putting all stupid faces on every single one, are you? First of all, I haven't got the patience for it. Second of all, I don't want to be any of that. I don't want to be a dipshit. You're just getting me. So I've got a photo of me. That's it. What I could do, actually, while we're here, because I did like this Silent Hill one. If anyone's got this far, indulge me. Before I take a moment to... There was something happened. Wait a minute. It's a bit further in. I see if we can find this moment where I got angry with Jam, so you can't go anyway. But yeah, scenery's good. It's round here. I'm impressed. Was it here? A bit like when you see... I'm just going to ignore it. Right, we'll go a bit further. I want to do it in the street. Well, I'm going to do well. Obviously, you can watch this yourself. Freaking heck. See a thing. Massive ass bug, that. This here. Watch this. It's a bit dark. I don't know how dark it is on that screen. This is one of them. It ain't the only one. So you've got these creatures that just come out of nowhere, right? And they're dodgy as shit. They'll headbutt you. And they'll screw acid shit over you. Putting up with that shit, mate. Putting up with that shit. God. It's like, see what I made myself chuckle because I've gone from this scared, it's like apprehensive at the beginning. It's not make it any more challenging. I wonder if we can smash this window. And then I just start getting really angry. I don't think you can see it. I like that. The fact that it lets you is cool. Because I'm just experiencing it for the first time, you know. That's good. Little level of freedom to the gameplay. I don't give a shit about these anymore. I'm just going to kick its ass. Don't want you offering me. You nut me. Oh. There's more of them. There's more of them. That's where the acid's coming from. I don't know if we lose... I don't know if this becomes less viable. We can smash that window in a minute, I think, but I just want to beat this shit. Right, watch out for the acid. We're going to turn. Ah, he got me. Bastard. You ain't running away, mate. I made myself laugh because I'm like, bastard. No, you are not. Where's he going? Keep going, you psycho. Now we can. So that's like, yeah, I mean, that's just me being natural though, and I find myself amusing, so I don't mind. You know, I just think it's funny because I know how I felt when I was walking through here. If I can find it, is it here? Just before that, because as we got to about here, yeah, no, that was it. We're walking around. And I'm like I'm a bit apprehensive. Oh, you there? There's someone there. This is this is where I was worried. I didn't want to walk down this alleyway. I really didn't want to go down this alleyway. I was avoiding it. So you can see how it built up. So I've been all tough and enveloped after that. Like, it just stays completely engrossed. That consumes the space you walked away from. I swear she went down here. We'll have a look. Right, okay, I think we've covered our bases to the best degree we can. To the point where we're going through this alleyway. Oh, yeah, it's going to do this.
But yeah, we're going to be playing through some of these sort of games.
Yeah, more of that stuff. We have to be a big boy now. There's something going on there.
That honestly got me a bit jumpy when I walked past it. What the? In my mind, like, what the hell?
Oh. Oh, you there? There's someone there. You're there now. Come out now. Oh, shit. I can hear something. Probably that devil woman walking around. Got no weapons. It's on the other side of this wall. Can't see. Let's have a look. Hello. You're over there. Oh shit!
Hello?
Can't open that door. It's freaking ran, isn't it? That's right. You want to run away from me?
You act all tough after. Do you know what I mean? When you're no longer in danger.
Okay. Just making sure I cover our bases. Everything's jammed, so you can't go anyway. But yeah, scenery's good. I'm impressed. The fluidity feels a little clunky, but then it's an old game. But it's how these Japanese-based games are built, aren't they? They're built in a very unique style, makes them very rigid. Right, now the hell. What is it? Just zoom around. It's gone under in now. It's actually gone in there. Look around to find objects marked by white cloth. These are objects or traversals you can interact with. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's a bit like when you see a lot of games nowadays, we have yellow. They have like a yellow paint or something on it. Alright. Well, we can... I don't know if that's what they mean. Well, I don't feel comfortable. Oh, of course. Of course it's stopping us going out. I don't think anything bad's going to happen this early. But unless it happens now. It didn't happen then. You know, you just convince yourself, it's okay, all is well. It's only when you're comfortable things happen, isn't it? That's weird. It goes all red. Eerie. I don't like all this shit where you don't know what you're walking into. It's like, whoa, 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 what's on the other side? Don't know if that's supposed to... I don't think that's supposed to be flashing like that. I'm just going to ignore it. I've heard there might be lighting issues and things with this game. But I reckon the other side of this door is going to be a shit show. I can hear something. Someone's eating something. It sounds like something scratching, maybe? Or is it a radio? Let's just check. Well, we can't go anywhere else anyway. So there's a ramp to go out that door. There's a radio or something going on here. It's next to us. It's next to us behind that box, mate. It's standing up. It's standing up. Throw it at it. What is that? Is that a body strapped in? Is that something strapped inside that? Run, run. This is not the time to be watching. Yeah, it's not good. Yep, yep, no. I was thinking more along the line of get out the window.
Stay back.
What do I do with that? Shit. Well, let me know a little bit. God damn. Ugh. Dirty animal. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to interact with it. It doesn't work properly.
Whatever it is, it's not human.
No, it was weird. It looked like maybe it was a human strapped inside it is what I was thinking. Oh, that was nasty. I do like the fact you can do that, but in the middle of a battle it don't help sometimes, does it?
So anyway, I find
over
it
the
interesting.
place.
So like I said, I sat through the whole video again after I played it. Again, not because I'm playing. I'm not sitting there watching myself in awe. I just
find it interesting. You know, there was a part that made me laugh here. You saw the character saw someone in the like a mist. I'm trying to figure out where it was. It's a bit annoying. You've got to do it like this, but there's just in the. I don't know if it's here. Yeah, it might be quite well known, but it's not to me. Time to create an atmosphere, you know. Too many games just like trying to grab our money as soon as possible, aren't they? Just keep you hooked in with this high octane action.
Don't react. Don't react.
Behind it.
He's reacted.
Great.
I think it's here.
Right, what we got going on here? Because we probably should take note of this. What is this on the floor? Oh, it is telling me to check it. I'm thinking, is it blood or is it like radiator fluid or? The fog ain't helping. Again, Alan Wake, mate. Especially Alan Wake 2. Getting the vibe. It'd be a Google search after this is finished. Was Alan Wake inspired by Silent Hill? Now, it might be quite well known, but it's not to me. I just like Alan Wake. Oh. Not sure if I've missed it. I don't want to sort of play the whole thing, but if you watch from the game, I think I'm going to miss it. Yeah, cause I'm not sure, because I thought it was when it was near that white bit. I don't want to push it, because I don't think I've done all the road here, you know? I swear it's near this white bit, to be totally honest. I feel like I'm missing something. I thought it's right after here. What in God's name's this? I was like, oh, please don't say anything. There it is. Holy shit, what's that thing walking down the street? Don't shout, mate. Oh, God help us.
Hey,
Oh,
wait.
don't bloody do that shit. It was quite obvious there was some supernatural demon shit going on over there. Don't chase that. Obviously. Didn't exactly look... Bloody music don't help. I think it's going to come running at us. I've got a fan on at the minute, and that's what makes it a bit more eerie. I've got a fan. The thing is, the reason I find it amusing is because I know how worried I was when that happened. And in my head, I'm thinking, just don't shout. Don't call it over. You're good. And he's like, hey, man. It's like, oh, well, great. Well, great. Now we've got this shit. Fan on that's blowing cold air at me. Got this fog shit, and it just makes you give that chills. Whoa. Easy, mate. I've already got chills. I just explained it. Holy shit. Anyway, I'll put a link in my video to it because I find it funny. People might like the video or not. Like I said, there'll be more of this actual video at some point in the channel, of course, because I'm going to be doing more content. Just picking which ones to do, really. There's quite a lot of horror games, really, on PC, to be honest. But I don't want to spread it too thin. I don't want to sort of have like 10 games on the go and I'm bouncing all over the place. It's going to have that'd be no point. But I think I'll bounce off maybe 4 or 5. Perhaps. But what I think will happen is I'll do 4 or 5 and I'll probably focus heavily on 1 or 2 and it'll just be like, and then it'll be bouncing, you know what I mean? So some will get more videos than others to initially until they're finished. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot for me to get through. This channel's going to get big. But anyway, for the time being, this one, I'm sort of like, just taking time away because the thing is I'm writing the book and it's actually, that's what's given me the creativity because I'm not sitting here doing videos. Whatever I'm thinking of, I'm processing through the book and it's a lot more interesting for me to do that so I can get the next book done. And that's what I was getting resentful for. I'm doing a video that's very deep and introspective. I'm talking about, I think, really, really important topics. And then I'm resentful that I'm having now going right as well. Like I'm burning out both ends here. I'm like exhausted and I'm not getting rewarded anyway. So it's not beneficial. But now it's like pick 1 or 2, one or the other. You either do the videos, or, you know, on my main channel, or you do the book. And meanwhile, you can then do whatever you want on the side of that. You know, I can create gaming content if I want, or I can just play games without recording, or I can just watch film. You know what I mean? It's all entertainment. It's like, do what you want. I quite like doing the gaming. If I'm going to play a game, sometimes I just think you might as well record it. If I'm going to go and play it for an hour, why not just hit record? So, but sometimes I just do like the piece without it, though, so I just chill out. Anyway, hopefully it's enough. I know it's ranty. I didn't mean it to be rambly, really. It's supposed to be a quick video. But then, like I say, I'm not going to be creating many more videos. And if people are genuinely interested, then they'll like what I'm talking about, won't they? If they don't, they wouldn't have got this far anyway. So what does it matter? Anyway, hopefully it's been interesting.